I believe in miracles.
Don't say people, I'm doing business here, man.
I don't want anybody tells you words and ideas can change the world.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
90% of what you're saying ain't coming out of your mouth.
From failing, you learn. From success, not so much.
Keep moving forward.
Welcome to the Small Business Miracles Podcast. I'm Jeff Randolph. This Small Business Podcast is brought to you by EAG Advertising and Marketing. We're going to talk about marketing. We're also here to celebrate entrepreneurs. We have marketing news and advice that business owners can use to keep moving forward. This week, we sit down with Latanya Goodloe. She's the owner of LRG Commercial Contracting, and she's founder and one of the executive directors at a nonprofit called Ladies That Lean. But first, we've got more marketing tips for you. For today's marketing tip, let's talk about all of the cool tools out there. Okay, well, just in general, we're not going to list all the cool tools. There are thousands and thousands. But imagine that you've been presented with a sales pitch for a new software service that lets you do something neat or cool, like get an email contact for everybody who visits your website, or scrapes LinkedIn for contact data that they didn't give you, or send video emails to people. There are a million new tools and technologies that are invented every day, and some, have some side effects, like privacy concerns or a high price tag, but regardless, it doesn't matter what the tool is. The next time you get approached by one of those tools, ask yourself how that fits into your strategy. Your strategy should drive the tools that you use. The tools you use shouldn't drive your strategy. The last thing you want to do is totally upend your strategy because now you found a piece of software that does something exciting. If that software fits into your technology stack and makes it easier to execute your strategy, that's great. Explore that. If it doesn't, pass on it, no matter how cool that is. And that's your marketing tip. All right, welcome back to the show. I am here with Latanya Goodloe. She is the owner of LRG Commercial Contracting, and she is founder and one of the executive directors at a nonprofit called Ladies That Lean. Latanya, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Good morning.
It's so good to have you here. First, let's talk about LRG Commercial Contracting. There are so many different parts of your world that we are going to get to, but I want to start with the commercial contracting business that you founded.
Sure.
Tell us about the business and what you do.
Sure. LRG Commercial Contracting is a commercial contracting firm. Clearly, we specialize in the finished scopes of construction. Mm-hmm. So finished carpentry, interior painting, the lawn manicuring, the final cleaning, janitorial, all of those type of things. The labor scope as well.
Gotcha. And for any kind of commercial contract, like do you do homes, commercial buildings, everything, or where do you generally fit?
We are business to business, strictly commercial.
All right.
So you'll find us in a residential space, but we're doing business to business in that space.
Okay. What got you into that world?
My background, I'm a maintenance technician,
okay,
and I'm also a painter.
Yes.
So this is who I am.
Okay.
I have a extensive background in construction and building maintenance. My last job in construction was project management, though, before I started my business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of those skills come back and combine. And you're like,
Yes.
You know what I could do? Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
I really want to get into your nonprofit as well,
Sure.
because this is inspired. It seems like both the nonprofit and the commercial contracting go together and combine nicely for you in a few different ways. So it's called Ladies That Lean, and the goal is to offer incarceration prevention and society reentry support for women in the KC metro area, assisting with mental and spiritual and emotional empowerment through programs that support her upward mobility. Tell us about the mission and what you're trying to do with Lean.
Absolutely. And just to let, the LEAN stands for Living Excellently After Negativity.
Yeah.
So it's an acronym. But also the Ladies That Lean, it does give, what it sounds like. Lean on us while we lean on the community until you can stand up right for yourself. So the mission is clear, what you've mentioned. But in full, we mentor women, however, job placement and different things like that. And but our full goal is transitional housing.
Okay.
So we are working towards our first transitional house to where we feel like if we can get the ladies in a house setting, we can actually walk with them daily, to their excellence. And so we appreciate the fact of everything and different ways things roll. But as we've gotten the weeds and things, what would have helped us, because we started this from personal journey.
Yeah.
So myself, I was incarcerated. And, as I've grown, I realized a lot of people just needed a chance and a hand. And direction is the main thing. Direction is big.
Right.
So we're just trying to be who we needed,
Got it.
when we were there. The program is really got a big, it's big.
Right.
We're growing it. We're not there yet, but we are growing it. I have a lot going on, as you guys know, with LRG and Ladies That Lean.
Yeah, you're busy.
Yeah. But thankfully, I have been able to intercept those two, to see how to bring those two together. And I don't know when you want to get into that.
Oh, let's talk about it. Yeah, because
Sure.
you have found a way to kind of use one business to help the nonprofit and be you mentioned being what you really needed when you were out. I mean that, and during that whole process of transition. So
Yes.
yeah, how do the two go together?
Very strategically.
Darn straight.
No, but so what I've come to do is, because, of course, this contracting business is the heartbeat of me right now. I'm growing this. I realize that I've had people say, why don't you just focus on your for-profit business first, And I'm like, yeah, that's great and everything, but my nonprofit isn't really something that I want to be a nonprofit, chose to do. It's kind of like my purpose.
It's your it's personal as well.
Yeah, it's personal, and so it's not something that I can avoid. So I'm really happy that the plan came together, that I am able to now I start teaching. So I'm teaching the trade of painting to women coming home from incarceration. I'm also teaching the labor scope, which people are probably like, what is the labor scope? Well, for commercial construction, it is something. There's a safety standard. There's a way you operate on a commercial job site. But in actuality, what commercial construction was able to do for me was totally remake my life in a safe space.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't judged in construction, for rebuilding my life and who I was. Many of the people in construction do have troubled past. And so for me, it was the path of least resistance, but it was also a very rewarding path, right? It wasn't something that paid me pennies.
Right.
It's not something that pays pennies. And so through this journey, I've been able to combine the two with getting those people teaching. I've graduated 2 women from my painting class.
Nice.
I, of course, was winging it, the first class, and more so now becoming more structured to where we will have a classroom setting. I've been visiting with the state of Kansas, looking into the apprenticeship program. But yeah, that's how I'm intersecting on is teaching the trade, and hopefully the goals is to make this thing huge, a training program, even not just those coming home, but women that are at risk. Of incarceration, right? To grab them, because the goal is not to reform you after incarceration. The goal is to prevent you from going.
Yeah, let's not wait until
let's
it's
not
already
do
happened.
it.
Let's go ahead and see if we can prevent it before that happens.
Absolutely. People say, do you work in prevention? Yeah, we work in reentry, but let's be honest, prevention is our main goal, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like construction can be that for at-risk people. And so that's where I'm bringing the trades to the streets, if you will.
Gotcha.
Getting the urban communities and different people excited about the trades. And you can start like in labor and go up to a painter and a carpenter and keep going and keep going. I personally love building and construction, so it may be boring to other people.
Oh.
But I'm really into it.
That's right.
So, but yeah, that's kind of how I'm intersecting the two. It's a big thing. No, I don't have everything figured out. I'm always looking for advice and help and guidance. And so,
you it's a good transition because you say you don't have everything figured out. You describe yourself as a self-taught entrepreneur, and I can tell from your social media posts that you're dedicated to self-improvement. What's something that you did in the first year of the business that you wouldn't do again today if you had it to do over again?
Well, there's a lot of things, right?
Yeah, one of the things that entrepreneurs get out of this show, I think, is a lot of that great advice where they're like, "Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have done that the same way had I started this over again." What is that for you?
There's so many things. I think the most glaring thing for me, though, there's a lot of things. When I first started, social media and everybody's, start your business, go, 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 I was raised in a family with an entrepreneur, so I knew I'd be an entrepreneur one day. But also, you don't know. You don't know the sacrifice. You don't know what it takes every day. You don't know what it feels like to not have a steady paycheck coming, right? And so, I would say, I would probably work part-time.
Oh, really?
In the beginning of starting my business. I worked full-time and thought that I would be able to start my business and got so wrapped up in their business.
Oh, sure.
So I just didn't work, to focus on my business. But I think if I could have got a part-time, real lightweight job that didn't require a lot of thinking, though, that would have probably eased the financial burden. So for me, I would have probably went from full-time to part-time.
Sure.
And then kind of maybe the next year went out. I just went all in.
Yeah, the easiest way may be to start with a small fortune to begin with. If you've just got that lying around, that would be an easy way to do it. But if you don't have that, maybe ease into it a little bit and reduce some of that burden of all the pressure that comes from downstream.
Yeah, because you don't know what's coming in your business, right? My second project, I did not get paid $1.
Oh, yeah.
I lost. I did not get paid $1. That wasn't in the plans. That knocked the little, I had got a loan.
Yeah.
Right? All this wasn't in the plan. So it's just a lot of things financially that if you have a house, if you want to live, if you want to survive, really rethink the financial plan in the beginning.
Yeah, and plan for some of those
Absolutely.
contingencies that could happen. I'm going to use a term, resilience, because it's a term that you've used in your LinkedIn profile, and I think it's an appropriate word to use because from the resilience needed to be an entrepreneur to everything that Ladies That Lean does, resilience applies. As you think about that word resilience, what is the secret to being resilient?
It's built on my hurt and my pain, if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that I am is built on what I don't want to be.
Oh, so there's the motivation.
Absolutely.
is there, and that there isn't another option, that I got to get back up.
There's no plan B, right? And I've been in certain places, and also in those spaces, I wanted to be the me that I am today. I wanted that. I always did. I hold a doctorate in leadership.
Right.
I've always wanted to be a doctor. Have those things when I was young. And I feel like the streets stole a lot of my dreams and hopes and even, blocked dreams and didn't allow me to see dreams. And so resilience is just, making something out of nothing. When they say started from the bottom, now we're here, got it out the mud, or however terminology you want to put it, that's what it means to me. This is all self-taught. I'm putting myself in positions. I'm here, with you. These are all got to get on my feet and walk around and do this thing.
Right.
So,
right.
As you said before, no, I don't have an inheritance.
That's right. It's easy to fall back on an inheritance if you have one.
Right.
And
I'm
if you
not
don't,
knocking anybody who does because that's the actual smartest. Those are your family got it. You guys got it. You're winning. That's where we want to be. But I just didn't. I didn't have that. And so resilience is what I have to find in myself every day, though, because it's not easy. And another thing is I'm still those women that I'm helping, okay?
Yeah.
I still deal with PTSD from incarceration. I still deal with traumas from, the things that led to incarceration. So I don't act like, I'm so far removed, I'm this and I'm that. But I do say, hey, I'm here today, Dr. Goodloe. I was inmate 76615. It was just an everyday process of getting here. And it took resilience. It took me, not anything anybody ever said, not anything anybody ever wanted for me. It was me.
When you're working with some of the people at Ladies That Lean, are you seeing that same resilience, or are you helping to instill that sense of resilience more?
Both. I always say that, perfectly honest, prison, I met the most creative, intuitive, intelligent women to this day, okay? They just needed guidance. They needed a path. I was blown away. Okay, I thought, when I got there, I thought, I know everything. I've been seasoned. I've been around the block.
Right.
No. And to see women make something out of nothing for real every day, that was impressive to me. Still, like I said, to this day, I've met a lot of important people and different things, but to see the thing that somebody has in them, the prison is full of it. But they just didn't have the opportunity or the chance. So resilience,
Yeah, man. This is, there's so much going on in your world. You're doctor, painter, nonprofit executive director, and look, can we go ahead and add one more to the list, because you just mentioned that the Blocks reality show. You are going to go film that soon. You are on a reality show. Tell us about well, first, can you explain a little bit about the reality show, and then kind of let's talk about what's going to happen there.
Sure. Okay, guys, it's not going to be what you're thinking. Okay,
That's
Mom,
right.
Dad.
I promise.
They already know.
I promise.
It's not going to be as exciting as you think. No, it will be for me, but it's basically, you can think of it as a boot camp for entrepreneurs, filming. I'm telling you the thing that is really blaring to me that they've made and expressed to me very well. We're not sure you're going to enjoy this. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because this is going to be a lot of work, which makes it different from a lot of reality shows, right? You're going on to have fun and go viral to be as weird as you can and all this. This isn't so much that. This is to see who you are in your business and what you know. And it's not to, look at you don't know, but it's to see how can you grow. And then, for one, the world hopefully will see this, hopefully. That's for one. But I feel like as a business owner, to continually put yourself in front of people is the art.
Oh, yeah.
And to develop that is even a greater art. And so I'm really excited about that. This will be the biggest stage I've been on, right?
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm excited for LRG, right? My business, because it's everything to me. And it's not, I want to get rich, which I will.
Sure.
In this.
Sure. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
But how I can affect my family, my community and things, and the day that I can start doing that, I'm very excited. So for me, the Blocks, I'm going to go in here. It's going to really be just about me and what I know about my business and getting in the woods and the mentorship and just all entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So they describe it a little bit like Shark Tank.
Okay.
I don't describe it like that because it's not like you're trying to get somebody at the end to invest in your business. Yeah. Now this could happen. Of course, anything can happen from there, depending on what your goal is as an entrepreneur. But yeah, I'm leaving at the end of May.
Oh man, this is and so it's a reality show focused on entrepreneurs, and it airs on Amazon and on Facebook.
It airs on
Prime Video,
Facebook
series, and their custom mobile app. So that's a good.
Now I want to say we're not advertising anybody but Facebook Marketplace and the Blocks. Okay,
Gotcha.
If it airs anywhere, that's great.
That's great.
That is wonderful. But we want it. They're a business as well.
Okay.
So it's the Blocks, Beta Blocks, Alpha Blocks. They have a lot going on. If you guys haven't looked into it, they basically have a school for entrepreneurs, which since I got selected to go on the Blocks, I get a year free
nice.
of the
Okay.
college
Okay.
education.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
Well, you're just taking advantage of everything you possibly can.
It's
to
a
get
lot
there,
because
yeah.
I'm studying now because I don't want to go in there and look weird. Not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know your business and stuff, but the stuff they're getting into is serious business, and I'm not into looking weird. Okay,
I'm hip to that.
I want to make everyone proud. My husband is like, you go on there and show out. Okay, I'm like, oh God. So yeah, I'm excited.
No pressure, but we're all watching.
Okay,
That's right. That's
okay.
right.
Cheer for me, Kansas City.
Absolutely. Everybody will get behind Latanya.
Yes.
Let's take you into the lightning round. Let's go. Let's make some lightning round questions happen. You have no way to know what kinds of topics I might bring up in this one, so let's just dive into it. If you could change the world, and I'm talking about the way people act or think, how would you change the world to make it a better place?
What I've understood is all the differences in things in the world and things is a lack of understanding. the best thing I ever done. And even with racial things, when we don't, whatever it might be, we'll just use race for instance, right? I got my most education from actually talking to someone, to becoming empathetic to their situation, to saying, whoa, you might eat a little bit different than me, but we're pretty much alike, you know? And so for me, if I could change the world, of course I want hate to go away.
Sure.
But I would start with conversation. I believe conversation really rules the nation.
Oh man, talking and listening that leads to empathy. That's just crazy talk.
Yeah.
That's exactly what needs to happen.
Absolutely.
What part of your business do you wish you knew more about?
Well, even though I'm here for marketing.
We touch on marketing every once in a while. You don't feel obligated to say marketing.
Well,
is the weird
I gotta
thing.
say marketing, and I know nothing. Okay, on marketing. Honestly, I'm doing better. I run 3 Facebooks and a lot of social medias.
Oh, sure.
So I'm forced into education on that. I'm always watching videos and classes and things. And then, of course, the financial side. I have, of course, outsourced. I have a bookkeeper and a CPA. But still understanding those things to where I'm not having to call all the time or something. I can go off. But every day you learn something new. But in the financial aspect, in marketing, and then just construction is an onion of its own, right?
Sure,
Where are we at? What's the codes? What's this? What's that? What plan am I reading? So construction is ever developing. I'm never fully have all the information.
Right.
And I'd be leery of someone who told me they did.
Because the municipality you're working in is going to be different than How do you decide what time you spend on which thing? Because you have a million different things going on. There's so much passion to go around. And entrepreneurs, I think, are frequently challenged by how they manage time. Sometimes it's, this thing's on fire. I have to, deal with that. Sure. And other times it's, other entrepreneurs have a system that's set up, and I do this from this time to this time, and then on this day I do this. And how do you balance all of those things together?
Wonderful question, and it's actually the topic on my desk, right? Because I have a home office, which we all love working from home and things, but I think we can say, well, how motivated am I at home, right? Am I motivated to do all the things that I would be? And so I'm having to really, I've got these sticky notes and I'm writing down my times in my day, because that's a big thing with an entrepreneur. Like, what do I do now? What's next? I've actually been watching videos on YouTube about it, like time management for entrepreneurs, okay? How do you, and then not only, because I feel like everything's on fire, but because I love organization and I watch successful people and they're very organized. They know what's going on. They're not hair on fire. They're not, what is the word, reacting?
They're proactive, not reactive.
They're proactive and not reactive. And to me, when you get time management under control, that's what can happen, is that you can be proactive and not reactive. I'm not there yet, but
it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
We'll get there.
But I have been able to put people in place to help with time management. So my husband, since we've been married, he's come aboard. He closed his business, and he's the carpenter and superintendent for LRG now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So all that running around, really looking at the jobs, dealing with the subs, because we work with subs as well. That's more on his plate now. I'm still the painter.
Right.
But I can more so focus on the business aspect of things. And so that's been easy. And then in Ladies That Lean, I have 2 counterpart business partners that play different roles in the business. But it's on the desk, time management, because time is money. And I think for entrepreneurs, one thing that really, really helped me, it blew everybody else's socks off, but is saying what my hourly rate is.
Oh, sure.
Right, because people love to call me and ask questions and think, I love you guys too, I do. But if I answered 5 questions and I talked to 5 people, that's 5 hours a day. That's 5 hours I'm not doing the business or something else. And I do consulting in this business.
Yeah.
So I charge an hourly rate, and that helps me when I'm not working and when I'm talking to people, not mentoring. That's a different thing. That's on the clock, But people calling me, hey, was I supposed to see the eclipse? Or, hey, was this supposed to happen? I got like 5 minutes for your free calls. Because that 5 is going to equal to an hour, and I minus that per hour now. So understanding your time is money.
Yeah.
And when you're running around and the footwork and all this as well, you know, I've had to learn to charge for those things in pricing, right? And that's a gift too, to learn to do that. So.
Yeah, if you put a dollar amount on your own time and value your own time, suddenly you start to put up those other tasks that come in where you're like, I'll just take care of that. And you go, would I spend that amount of money on this task if I had it to
Absolutely.
do, if I had to write a check for that?
Absolutely.
And no is the answer a lot of times.
And it is. And it's even no to some jobs, right? Because of that. And because of my husband's skill level, is no to some jobs too.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
tell people, I was like, you know, I mean, I have to pay this man a lot of money. We have 30 years of construction, you know, knowledge here. He can't fiddle around. You know, he's probably, along with my CPA, one of the most expensive things that I have going in LRG.
Right.
And so really, and I tell him that too, because he's also, you know, I'll do it. Oh, no problem. But for me, your time is just money. You know, I could just see the money flying out the window. So, yeah.
And you haven't had to fire your husband yet, right? This is we've
Not yet.
interviewed entrepreneurs where that is exactly what has happened. Where they have had to have that conversation, and it's been a whole thing. So
You know, he is like the calm to my storm.
oh, see, that's nice.
He really is. I can say nothing but excellence about my husband. I really needed a level-headed person in my corner with all this that I have going on, and he's just that. So he closed his business, you know, when we got married. I'm like, wow. I mean, he was sick of residential,
Sure,
but
sure.
he closed his business to help me out in this space. So I can't be. Some of these things I would not be able to do. I've enhanced our scope to carpentry because of that. You know, I'm not a carpenter, although I can hire carpenters and things. It's just the knowledge that he brings.
Yeah.
You know, he's assisted on huge government builds and GSA projects, things that, wow. You know, I probably couldn't afford him if he wasn't my husband.
You know he's going to clip this section out and keep it as a small MP3 file that he just is going to play for you every time he messes something up.
Yeah.
What is your favorite reality show? Do you have like a guilty pleasure reality show that you watch?
I do. I'm mad at them now because I'm trying to send an email to corporate. Can y'all get in? I do. I like baddies, okay?
Yeah?
I do like to see the girls fight and cute and their little dukes and all that. I do. And then I'm like, I need to turn this off.
Yeah.
But I do. I like to not be serious all the time. You know? I'm one of those people. I'm not like living up in the clouds and all that. And even with the ladies that lean, I don't like to be viewed as the stiff.
Right.
You know, I'm very fun.
Don't take
and
yourself too
funny.
seriously.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm living through those young girls like, go. You know, of course, they can clean up a little and do all this. But, you know, at their age, when I was their age, I was in the streets selling drugs and doing all these things. So I'm like, go, girls. At least you got a career on TV, you know.
Right.
But I like the reality shows like the baddies. And then, you know, it gets old. They keep beating each other up because I really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do better. But, you know, when I don't want to think about business,
That's
that's
the
what
escape.
I'm doing. Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about all that serious stuff. I want to see them catty and all this. And so it helps.
And you don't have that on your agenda for going into this reality show. You're gonna keep it, you know, professional, and
Isn't my mom happy?
you're not gonna flip a table at dinner.
Absolutely. Now when I was younger, I always visualized this, but you know, no, I'm going on to represent LRG. It's funny, my husband's had this conversation. He's like, no, you're not. I know you're not. I just want
to make sure. I just want to make sure.
so funny. My kids and everybody's like, oh my God, no. You guys are going to be so proud of me.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna be
sure we are.
amazing.
I am sure we are, and we will all be cheering for you.
I'm going to be cute too. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah,
That's important for me.
it's TV. It's TV.
Yes.
You gotta make sure you're doing it right. All right, Dr. Latanya Goodloe, I'm taking you out of the lightning round. You survived. Congratulations.
Woohoo.
Well done. Tell everybody where they can find you, whether that's LRG or whether it's the ladies that lean. Where can people find you?
Sure. I'm on Facebook, all of them, LRG, Ladies That Lean, Latanya Goodloe. Just know Latanya Goodloe is me, okay? That's my personal page. Don't come on there thinking I'm LRG. I'm not. But LRG you can find on Facebook, Ladies That Lean, also ladiesthatlean.com for Ladies That Lean. And I just aired my LRG website last night at 9 o'clock.
I wondered if that was going to be a thing we would see. Nice.
I aired it last night.
Excellent. Okay. So what? And you gave the address of that, right?
No, but it's lrgcomcon.com. So
Okay.
LRG, find me everywhere with that. LinkedIn, Latanya. I'm trying to get my LinkedIn together, but you can find me on there. Google me. A lot of people have been Googling me lately. I'm like, okay, girl.
Well, after the Blocks show happens, I think a lot more people are going to be doing exactly that. So,
Awesome.
Well, Latanya, thank you for being with us on the show. We appreciate having you here, and good luck with the Blocks.
My pleasure, and thank you so much.
And that is our show. Thanks to our guest, Latanya Goodloe, and thank you for listening to the Small Business Miracles podcast. Remember to subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating and review, drop us a line on the website at eagadv.com if you have any thoughts. Until then, we'll be out here helping entrepreneurs with another Small Business Miracle.